On a mission, yeah. Whoa. Don't know what your position is.
Welcome to the On a Mission podcast. This is episode 8. You know, on this podcast, we talk a little politics. We get into sports. We get into entertainment. And we talk relationships. But you know what I want to know? What is your mission? What is your purpose? What are you on a mission to accomplish? And what's your plan? I'm Jay Ali, your host, and I got my boys with me today. I got KG and my boy GX. What's poppin', y'all?
What up, -er? What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Jay?
How everything been, man?
All good, man. This week has been, it's been hard, man. I ain't been sick in so long. I forgot what that shit feel like, but it crept up on me today. And like I had some little nasal stoppage, you know what I mean? But Jay Ali put me up on the Mucinex.
Mucinex nasal spray, man. Shout out to my girl. She had me on it. It
So
gets
I'm
you
goody.
right.
I can't take nasal spray. I can't take it. I just spraying something on my nose. Just you never been me. I got sick a couple days ago. I just slept it out.
It's going around, man.
Yeah.
For real. I think I
That
got it
windy
from the
day.
gym.
It was that windy ass day. That windy day is what made that happen. It was
Just
super
every
windy.
day.
Nah, that day I felt the sickness getting blown in my nose.
Bro, this weekend, it was so windy. I thought we was having a hurricane or something. Like the house was shaking and shit. It was crazy. It was like thunder, lightning. The wind was real strong and the house was shaking. I thought it was an earthquake or something.
And on top of all that, I kid you not, I saw the biggest rainbow I ever saw in my life. I was like, I was looking up. I was like, oh man, it was about to rain again. I
Got a
was
little
like,
technical difficulties with the camera, so y'all keep it going. I'm gonna get it right.
this is
We could start again.
the apocalypse is coming.
Damn, this cameraman is flaring on me right now. Listen up.
It's reversing your face.
There we go. It should be good now.
Don't reverse my face, man.
We can keep it going. I'll just cut it out. What doesn't need to be in there. Intro was good. Sorry about that, y'all. Had to get it right. This camera is good.
Nah, but it was like hailing in LA. It's been raining real hard. I saw the 5 freeway had cars underwater. It's been crazy lately, man.
Cars underwater, so they said we needed some rain, and I guess we got it now.
Right? Ain't
But
no
why-
more drought, right?
Nah, they always say that it's gonna be a drought, and then we get all this rain.
It was a lot of power outages in LA
Yeah.
too, though.
Yeah,
People found out their Tesla Power Walls didn't work. Then they found out Tesla customer service didn't work.
damn.
Hey, oh man,
Tesla is scam.
But look, let's get into some stuff, man. Let's talk music industry, man. Who want to start that off? Go ahead, GX. Tell us your experience in the music industry.
This the music industry episode.
Oh,
Episode 8.
the music industry. I'll just jump in here. I mean, my experience been great.
Come on, man. You can talk to real low here, man. You can talk to real.
Nah, it's been the same way it's been. My experience there has been my experience the way it's been in life. You know, you gotta read everything. That's fundamental. You know what I'm saying? You gotta count your money.
Yeah, 100%. When you mean count your money, what do you mean? Tell us how the royalties game work, because a lot of cats don't know how that game works.
You got to know how to audit.
Yeah, that's
You know,
what.
in order to count your money.
That's what the interview with Chameleon there I saw. He was talking about he had to audit the label, and he found out he was behind. He was owed like $650,000 because he had to do his own audit.
And he said that he threatened the label that he gonna teach all the other artists how to audit if they don't let him out the deal or
Yeah, and they
something.
let him out. And he
I
said
ain't
he
never
got
heard of
dropped.
this story. I'm very interested in this.
Yeah, Chameleonaire.
But I mean, I heard
had
about the
that.
story, but I heard about the details about the audit. It threatened because he should. Artists should know how to audit their labels.
Yeah. But a lot of cats don't get the game. They just get the chains and the car, the advancement.
But Jay,
and then they
do
think,
you remember who he said taught him about the audit?
No, I had to look into that.
I
don't
remember he said somebody told him to get a lawyer to audit for him, and then he did, and that's when he discovered $600,000 misplaced, and then he brought it to the label's attention, and he wanted them to make it right or let him go or something, and then they was kind of
They wouldn't
playing
do it.
hardball.
Yeah.
So he threatened to tell all the other artists under the umbrella
Yeah.
how to get they deals audited, and then that's when the record label like came clean or something, or let him go. It was something like that.
Sorry about that, fellas. I had to get the cameras right. These little technical difficulties that we working through. But like Michael Jackson would say, it's all for love. LOVE.
Hey, look, man, I might be a little too political here, but we're talking about the industry. But the industry is like politics are like, I mean, like it's like the police force. I mean, it's corrupt from the jump. You gotta rebuild this thing, man. Like the way intellectual property is categorized in the music industry as opposed to in real life,
Right.
it's illegal. Number
Right.
one. Second of all, it's atrocious. It's like it's horrible. Like the way we pay people and hold back money, and then the way they set up the contracts. It's like this is crazy. That's why you're able to funnel $600,000 from a millionaire. He doesn't know about it till you audit. There's probably more. Probably gave you that because based on what I've experienced, they don't want you to really audit because that leads because a certain amount of money leads to criminal stuff. You owe the IRS over a certain amount.
Right.
You don't pay them back. You just sit in jail. You know, so it's just.
It's so dirty, man.
Yeah.
It's like that's why they get kids. That's why they get kids as artists, because the kids don't know no better. You know, they just want an opportunity to come out of the situation that they're in, and you know they'll do anything to get out of that situation. You know, they'll sign anything, they'll adhere to any instructions, and that's part of it. You know,
Well, and I think we got to do better with the knowledge. Because if we think about it, and you was there, GX, for this, when I had Belle Biv DeVoe in my studio back a few years ago, and one night we were talking about how they got $1.87. They went on tour, everything was being charged on tour, and they said they still got the check. $1.87 because all the expenses and stuff got taken out because they didn't read the contract and know what they was getting. But imagine you go on a tour, you leaving out the hood, you in the projects, all of them. Bobby Brown, all of them, they in the projects. You leave out the hood, you go on tour, you thinking your life changed, and then you come back home and you got $1.87 to account for it because they whole ass manager then charged all of their expenses to them. So all the stuff they were using, they thought it was free because it was on the label. So the label recouped all of that. That's crazy.
but it's still robbery though, because all those ticket sales, all those album sales, all that, like they been had recouped. They just told them that.
Exactly. Yeah, they
You know
playing
what
the
I mean?
game.
That's
Yeah.
a system I say needs to be rebuilt. We have recruit. Those are words, and we need to start translating them correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the New Edition story is very popular.
Shoot, they got the TLC. I just seen something on Instagram where T-Boz said they had to go up to Priority. Not Priority, that was Ice Cube. That went up with baseball bats. But she said she took some people up there with her and got at Clive Davis like, where's our money?
And
they was owed a lot of money.
Puffy was the one that snitched on him.
Yeah. Oh, and then Puffy had the issue with Jadakiss. Jadakiss and them was at that radio station, and they came downstairs and said, hey, man, pay your artists.
This is what's a major problem with the industry is the black people that come up in it that have been already, you know, I guess used and abused, but now they understand the game. When they come up, instead of treating their artists right, they do the same exact thing that was done to them to other people.
Yeah,
Instead
100%.
of, you know, like keeping it real and like, because you could do a fair deal where you still get rich, but then the artists get properly compensated as well. But they don't do that. They just do exactly what was done to them or worse and keep the cycle going.
But
And that's what we got to break.
I could say, like, even how Sony was trying to do Michael Jackson, he was able to outsmart them because they thought he was just focused on music the whole time, but he knew what was going on.
A lot of that was Joe Jackson too, though. Joe Jackson had already instilled in them like a lot of knowledge of the game. So he knew about publishing and stuff at a young age.
Yeah,
But I think he took over the game with it when he bought those catalogs.
yeah. I mean, those are moves. But like what you were saying, man. Like they don't really these artists don't understand like what's going on and what they're getting into because the knowledge is not being they don't know. And like if they knew, like if the labels could make money, but they're following. I mean, not the artists, these label heads. They're following these practices that they were taught, or not even know that they were taught. They said that was done, so I'm gonna just do this. Without, I literally seen people that was print. I'm gonna print this. It's like this is the same contract I got over here. I'm signing production deals. Like this is Sony, this is Columbia. Like why are they the same words? Different lawyers at the bottom of the contract. Like I can read. Like this is the exact same word for word. I know plagiarism. I went to college. I would have got kicked out for this. You know. It's like they just they're just doing the same stuff, the same artists, the same things because it worked. People just got lazy. Period.
Yeah, I think what you're saying. They got lazy and they don't understand the language in it too. It be art thou, shall not be, shall thou seek. Like people from the hood.
I got the same disputes. I got the same disputes I had with. I don't like this. I don't like that. It's the exact same thing. Like I got the same problems with this contract. It's the same contract.
Yeah, because it don't matter the label. They're all in cahoots. It's all one big scam.
Yeah.
And like they got a new scam now with the 360 deals. They had to do that because artists was making too much money.
They got smart. They got you don't man.
Like on the outside as far as their concerts, their merch, and then like getting deals like with television and radio and other things. Like that was money that was untouched by the label, so they had to collectively get together and figure out how they going. Plus, streaming was being introduced. Like the industry was transitioning from CD sales to streaming, and that all happened because of I think Napster or whatever. When that stuff came up and people started downloading music for free, and then CD sales started to drop, they had to figure out another way to make money. So when the
streaming
industry, so when the industry is transitioning into streaming, that's when they had to get together. All the labels got together and figured out a way to, recalibrate their scheme. And they did it. They figured out a way where I guess they pay these major streaming companies. Let me see. I got to word this properly. It's like they create like a subscription where people pay once a month to get all this money, but this is guaranteed money because like before you would buy a record from like Interscope, or you'll buy a record from Universal, or you'll buy a record from Tommy Boy or something, like I don't know, like all these different labels. But now they condensed everything all in one, and now everybody all music goers are paying a certain fee every month,
percentage. But let me say this: the streaming industry is trash.
Oh hell yeah!
Because I don't know if we talked about this on the last pod. No, we didn't. But Steve Stout had an interview where he was talking about how they bought into Spotify, and they didn't care about how much the artist was getting paid. They bought into it. You
said it just how with the words that I was looking for, because how I was saying that
like a buy-in, buy-in.
It's like it's like stocks.
Yeah, stocks, but they bought in.
So they got a percentage of it.
Yeah, they just wanted ownership of the company. But I knew that the streaming game was trash when Pandora was the first to do the trash sales. That song, Because I'm Happy. He got 45 million streams on it, but he got $2,700.
Well, this is the question. What is the value of a stream? Because these people have got together and they created this rule to where how many streams is it before it's an actual sale? Is it like...
But see, the streams pay half a penny.
Is it 10 streams before it's one actual sale?
I don't know the breakdown on it, but I know when I'm looking on mine and the numbers is half a penny is what you're making.
It's not even,
that's what they're paying out.
It's not even 10 streams. I'm sorry. It's like 10,000 streams.
You could have
one sale or something. It's something ridiculous.
You could have a lot of money. I mean, a lot of streams. Let's say, for example, you got 1 million streams. That shit may give you $27. It just depends on how they're paying out.
You're getting
that.
What is the label getting?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know that.
The label is getting the actual price of a real stream.
Yeah, and they are paying you out of that.
They're distributing down from that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not fair.
But it's not well-known knowledge of what is the actual worth of a stream. Like let's say I don't want none of my music that I'm going to release in the future on any DSP. I want to create my own website, create my own streaming, you know, like,
You talking dangerous now, bro.
yeah, my own streaming platform.
Malcolm X got it.
And like,
what you talking is 100%, yeah.
and try to funnel all my listeners to my website and stream it from there, right?
Sounds so good.
Now I'm going to find out the actual worth of a real stream.
But see, they don't provide that services for independent websites, which is what's whack. And here's another thing. That we talking about streams, like how whack it is. When I went to Spotify to see what it was, I looked at Chris Brown's deal, right? So most artists have to do like 10 million streams to be considered success, right? But his bar was so high, he had to do like 100 million streams. But they couldn't really break down what we were paying for. They're like, oh, well, if you pay the money, you'll get on a playlist. Well, what is that gonna net me? Like, you know, what if I'm giving you 100,000? They could never break it down. Well, it's up and down. They kept saying it was up and down depending on the streams and the listen time. I'm like, but what? That didn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. And they just figured out a way to rob us blind. And until like this information is provided of the true worth of a stream and what the label is getting paid, not what we're getting paid, because we're only getting paid, 10 cents per every 300 streams. It's something crazy like that. But
math ain't mathing.
yeah, but until we find out that, we need to collectively, and see, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, how people that have already been destroyed by the industry, when they get on top and now they create, like Jay-Z, and he had Tidal, and he was supposed to be properly paying artists through Tidal. He's not. He's actually doing the same thing as the industry.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Oh, for sure.
I saw that coming
Yeah.
too. So, man.
But it's like you get paid a little more on Tidal than you would on Spotify or Apple Music, but it's still the same thing. You still
It's
get
all
robbed.
the same, under the same network.
So until they want to come clean about the true value of a stream, we should just all get together as artists and just say we're going to release our music from our own independent websites. We're not messing with no DSPs.
But but here's the catch. A lot of these independent artists have independent distribution deals that's still connected to the majors.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it's
Disconnect all that. Yeah.
we could all, if we all got to see when they have things like the Rock Nation brunch and all that, and all these artists are under one room, like one roof, they're all together. This is the time when people need to be talking and saying like, how are we going to get away from this slavery that they got us in right now? Because it's not advantageous for us like to work under their streaming umbrella. Like it doesn't help us properly. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it helps them more than it helps us.
Well, did you know that Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine is signed to Apple Music?
That's what
Did you
happens
know
though.
that?
Like they'll give the
It
money
gotta
to
be,
one of
course.
us.
I mean,
But I'm saying they did that because think about it. You mean to tell me I can go pay $9.99 subscription and I got all the albums in the world?
so this is the thing. The problem is you keep saying streaming, but before streaming came along, kind of before it did, remember they're selling albums for $10. Remember before all this is back.
Yeah.
For all this, the streaming became a stream. You used to hop on Apple, whatever it was called back in the day, and pay
iTunes.
like iTunes and pay $1 for a song, for a single,
That's when
or
you download
$10 for. And the thing is, the streaming is based on the exact same technology. So why in the world has the price? To my opinion, my question is, why has the price changed? Because I liked it better when I was as a musician.
Getting that dollar. You
I
get
liked
that
it better
dollar.
when I was slinging for $1 and slinging my album for 10. I don't like this whole subscription stuff.
Well, see, they did it so
Yeah.
they wanted to give you $10 to have access to everything, but they control whatever the matrix is of this algorithm they have. with the
knowledge. So
stream.
how much is that?
We don't know.
So the problem to me was like, what's the value of a song? Not so much of a stream. What's the value of a song?
I think the value of a song is the same value as, like you said, when we were getting it from iTunes. It's like, if you want to hear a record, what was it, $1.99 for a single, or $9.99 for an album? I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But but when you go and you gotta like stream something 3,500 times before it counts as one album sale, that's ridiculous. Because back in the day, you could go to Tower Records and buy an album and listen to it one time. You still bought it for $10.99 or whatever, whether you listen to it one time or 3,500 times. It didn't matter. So now why, when I stream something one time, does the value, like, it's not even worth a penny now, when back in the day it was worth like $1.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
So look, check this out. Prince has an interview where he's talking about, now this is all going to tie back in. Prince has an interview where he's talking about, he's on some late night show. I forget what show it is. But he was saying they gave Mariah Carey like $30-something million. And they was like, oh, that's a great deal. He was like, it's a trash deal. Her album at the time for double deluxe was $18.99. So she sold 100 million of those almost. Right? Album sold total. But she only got 36 million. That doesn't, the math is not mathing on that.
Yeah, she probably only got like 5% of what.
Yeah. Because artists at that time were getting, Michael Jackson on Thriller, he was getting like 25 cents on the dollar for each of the sales. So they've been doing it. Now it's like, oh, well, y'all niggas is not worth 25 cents. We about to give you half a penny. What the fuck is that? And like you said, it got to accumulate to all of these streams before you get one sale. Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. But how can you get the Cardi B's and the Quavos and the Offset and the Jay-Z and Beyonce and Lil Uzi's and NBA YoungBoy? Like, how do we get all them in one room and say we not doing this no more?
They don't run that.
Yeah,
though,
yeah, that's a good reply. Cause
they don't run that, but
the people you name don't.
As long as the people got them, then others can't do it. Like,
but I'm saying
everybody has to do it as a
them
collective.
rooms is so tight. All right, here's a perfect example.
Here's an analogy. It's kind of like Kaepernick in the NFL. He only kneeled by himself, so they were able to single him out and punish him.
Yeah.
But isn't the NFL like 75 or 85% black? If everybody else kneeled with them, they couldn't single nobody out.
That's what I'm saying. These cats is not trying to lose their deals and their money.
And that's the problem.
Here's a perfect example. I had a studio, and I was trying to go do label deals with artists. Like, oh, just come use my studio. What is Paramount charging you? Like $3,500? I'll give it to you for $2,800 or $2,500. Just come book that same time. The label had in the contract that, nah, this artist is going to record over at basically my boy's house, and that's where the budget's going. So their budgets and stuff is already allocated. They don't make the decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, even getting them in the room, they wouldn't know what to do. They'd be like, because a lot of them don't read and know their contract. Just like that Everyday Struggle show back then when Joe Budden was talking to Lil Yachty and all of them, and he said, well, how long is your deal? They was like, oh, we don't know. You don't know how long you signed? Like, that's the issue.
Well, see, they give them these little nigga trinkets, you know, like they chain and they watch and they little car, and then that is sufficient for enough time to where they can rob you blind.
But think about it. You pushing any knowledge, just like the example with Chameleon there, your ass is out of there. You off the label. They gonna get the dudes that like, oh, I don't know nothing. That's who they signing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that, they're not gonna sign a person who knows the deal. Like they're just like, we don't want you. They're gonna continue to attract people who don't know anything, who are okay with this, and are gonna support the system. That's the way systems run.
And that's kind of how that could explain why music is trash.
They control it.
Yeah, it's not, artists are not creating the music. It's like the industry. That's why I was like, rightfully so. Some of these artists should have their check to industry. Rightfully so, because they made you. They made you. Like, they actually did. They didn't put all that money and time and book those writers and sessions. You would not have those songs.
A lot of artists show up and don't do nothing. They just go to the session.
Yeah, but then they hand those same contracts out to artists who bust their behinds off and write their songs out and bleed their hearts out. They give those same contracts, percentage to those same artists. It's like, that's when it's not fair. It's like,
yeah, they'll tell you.
Label, you did very little to help that artist make that crack.
They'll tell you, you know this for sure. They'll tell you, hell yeah, you did this song, man. Yeah, we'll give you 5%. Like, nigga, but this is my intellectual property. You gotta give some to get some.
Not only that, yo, check this. It get nasty when you don't give it up. They'll just have another nigga clone it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your own sweat and blood. Then they done hired a bunch of motherfuckers to go clone another person's hard earned blood, sweat, craft. Like, we wanted to get that song from you, but you don't want to play our game. We go
get somebody to do it. I've seen that stories, and I can't even say names of people I know that did that. But I remember
the industry goons, bro.
My first contract, we went up to Universal. No, it was Capitol Records.
Yeah.
Pops took me. We was trying to get a record deal for a producer coming up. It said, I remember the guy, he said, yeah, we gonna give you the $1 million contract. Boy, I was excited. I was like, man, we made it, Pops. My Pop's sitting there like this. Nah, we ain't made it. And I'm like, Pop, like, we really made it. Like, I'm about to get $1 million. He said, read the contract. You can keep it for 5 days. They give you 5 days to read this contract. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we look over the contract, and it says you would get $1 million over a span of 10 years, but you are basically like an employee that could make up to $100,000 a year if your records get picked up. But if they don't get picked up, you will make $1,500 for your daily work during the week. So you think about that. $1,500, well, let's say $1,500 a week per getting the songs picked up. Then they tax that. So you really taking home what, $650? It didn't work. It didn't really add up to anything. And I know people that signed that actual deal and don't
So
even
you
do
just an
music
in-house
no more.
producer, and all you do is,
you don't get no credit for nothing.
and there's a glass ceiling over what you can make because it says up to 100,000.
Yeah, but that's the $1 million contract. In 10 years, you can make $1 million. Nah,
those are called standard publishing deals back in the day. Yeah, that's sad, bro. That's I mean, those deals still exist, but not in that same percentage scale. But yeah, they still handing niggas money and then taking a percentage of it over time. And then once you hit that ceiling, then they take a quarter of a dollar after that. It's like it's crazy. Like, the more successful you get, the worse off you are. You're almost better off signing these deals and then disappearing, which is what a lot of niggas do. They sign their production deals, and all of a sudden, what happened to Pharrell? What happened to Mustard? It's like, these niggas disappeared.
They out of there. They got out the way.
They just signed a 7, man.
It's a dirty game, man.
But they don't want to play it, though, because it's better off doing it that way.
It's they could always find another thirsty nigga that's thirsty enough to backdoor you.
That's it. That's the industry.
And until we stop letting niggas cross the picket line, it's gonna continue.
Bro, they go for the
Pause.
Pause.
Nah, but
Don't go with it.
yeah, man.
Stop making rap music.
No, but see,
I mean, stop releasing it at least.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a cartoon. It's a bunny rabbit, and it's a white man sitting on the desk. I don't know if y'all see this, but he says, yeah, I want to talk about my music. He said, you don't want to sign this deal? And he goes, nah. He said, we don't give a shit. We'll find somebody else that will sign this deal, and then we'll let you talk all your shit, and then you get killed. We'll make more money off you anyway and be on to the next. So it's like a cookie cutter mentality that these niggas is not getting. It's crazy.
I just wish that Jay-Z was really for the artist empowerment that he be talking. Even Kanye was talking about getting people out of these bunk deals or getting them really paid or something. And this nigga, old Big Sean, like, he up there dicking his artists, and he talking about he gonna get us free and all this. Like, these niggas, man.
They love to say what sounds good, but man, we, like you said, we gotta just be.
Yeah, he was on. He went on like a week-long rant. It was one of his rants about he gonna show us how to get out of these contracts and show us how to get the money we owed and get us free. And the whole time he owed Big Sean like this.
Was that one of them conversations?
Unbelievable amount of money.
Was that one of them conversations to get the people back on his side?
Oh yeah. You know, when he mess up, that's when he become pro-black, and he start knocking on our door again.
Man, well, let's do this real quick. Let's take that quick music break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, Jay, you cold for this one. It's that late night in the bubble coat. Call the plug and he hit me with an overload. Make a fiend come back to get a double dose. They thought I wasn't watching, I was taking notes. Trying to see who all with me like I'm taking votes. She wasn't fucking in the money, made her motorboat. Fraud niggas, fake bitches, look I'm over both. I lost a lot, then bounced back, I'm the fucking GOAT. When I spoke, they all laughed, now who the fucking joke? Ain't nothing in the streets but the money. Remember I was hungry, now my pockets looking chubby. Remember it was ugly, now everything lovely.
I remember when my mama said ain't nothing out here in the streets, but I had to get it on my own. Everybody around me gon' eat. Oh la la la. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. I remember when my mama said ain't nothing out here in the streets, oh la la la. But I had to get it on my own. Everybody around me gon' eat. Oh la la la. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up.
Jumping off the porch, I felt like Sto Kid. My daddy was a dog, I felt like Snow Kid. Fighting for his life, he felt what Snow did. Learn from his mistakes, you can't be stupid. But watching niggas get money and you ain't got none. The only option is to hustle on the outcome. I need the rose with the peanut butter seats. Diamonds on my neck and Gucci on my fleece. So I'm out here in the field treating forces like some cleats. Making shit look easy, everybody wanna eat. Ain't no room at this table, now we running out of seats. It's ironic they ain't eating, now they talking about beef.
I remember when my mama said ain't nothing out here in the streets. Nothing out here in the streets. But I had to get it on my own. Everybody around me gon' eat. Oh, la, la. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. I remember when my mama said ain't nothing out here in the streets. Nothing out here in the streets. But I had to get it on my own. Everybody around me gon' eat. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Gotta run it up.
Welcome back. We back in. Man, let's jump back into it. GX, go on, take it away with what you were saying just now.
Hey, I'm tickled by his comment. He said, quit crossing the picket line. I was like, yo, you know what that realistically look like for artists to quit doing that for these labels or writers? It's really artists and writers. There's artists, they could be writers, they should be. But like the talented people, like the ones who know they're talented, not the ones who gonna sign because they see some money, but the ones who, you know you got some stuff. Quit signing these bum deals that you know are bum. I know so many talented people that are sitting there with their bum deals, and they know they signed it, but they're like, yo, I just need a fee because I figure I could make more music. I could just make more music.
They just want to get their foot in the door.
I can create my way out of it, and they can, they do, but that's exactly why they signed you, because they know you could.
And they getting all of that out of you. You need look.
Yeah,
we said this on another podcast. How you feel about these niggas selling their catalogs?
It depends, because, like I said, some people are artists, some people are writers. I think all artists should be writers, but not all artists are writers. So they don't really own a lot of that stuff. Not all the stuff that they have to call their catalog. They own like 50% of it at best.
Yeah.
Because some of the musicality on that catalog belongs to somebody else, and maybe they don't want you doing certain things with it. So it's like, let's also keep that in mind. That's I'm like, cool, you can own your masters in your catalog, but how much of that did you actually produce on it?
You're right about that, because when you break down the splits of a song, isn't it writer, performer, and producer?
Come on, it's less than that. It's just.
Oh no, let's give him the new. It's writer, producer, label, executive, manager.
Oh really? That's into the splits.
Think about it. There's been a lot of deals that I've been a part of where a nigga that you don't even know that works at the label come in, yeah, I want my name to be on the song in order for it to get this way.
Yeah.
Right on there. And they're just a nigga in the office, but they put their name on the album as a producer so they can get the royalties on it.
Wow.
I could sign a production. I'm not going to exaggerate. I could sign probably about 6 production deals right now. They'll give me an advance and everything, but all of my publishing, all my writing, they'll have 15% of. Now, that's like
so off top.
15%. The thing is, that's in my opinion, that's wrong morally, because it's like they're taking 50% of like writing credit, which means they're in a room with me 50% of the time as I was making something. And that's just like that's overreaching. Like, you can screw me on publishing all day, which you already are, you know, which you can't get, you don't know if they are, so you audit them. Back to that conversation, but at least on the writing side of it, like they're now reaching into that. It's crazy.
Signed to like an artist, like let's say you signed to, let's say G Unit. If you sign to G Unit, not only does G Unit get paid, but then Interscope gets paid and Universal gets paid. You see what I'm saying? It's
That's
like
like 50
tiers.
said in that song. I
Yeah.
hit 20, M got paid. I hit 50, Dre got paid. I hit 60, Jimmy got paid.
Yeah, because like Interscope is a subsidiary of Universal.
Yeah.
And then Shady Records is a subsidiary of Interscope, you know what I mean? And then I would think that and then G Unit is a subsidiary of Shady. So it's like damn near like
But you see,
four
now
entities got to get paid.
right. And do they really own the company?
But that's
No.
four entities have to get paid on publishing. Keep that in mind, because on the writer and on the performance side of it, no, not the case. Only two do. That's the writer and the other writer or whoever else is writing on it. That's a loop outside of all of them. And this is what they've even figured out how to tap into.
Yeah, they tap into the writing
So
side.
what you're saying is
for
right,
sure.
but I'm trying to tell you how dirty the game has even gotten. Like it's crazy. Like how does man get? There's an artist I work with, and she wanted in whatever it was, like I think it's like whatever 5% of everything that we're doing on the production side. That's the way she rolled. That's just the way it is. So the song came out, it'll say produced by GX and whatever that GX and GX. Everything said GX and that person.
So
And they got-
she
and
gets
they-
a publishing check, and she don't even know how to play no instruments. She don't know how to
Right, that's
sing,
how it be. Yeah.
write, nothing.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
That's when Pusha T said that you signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga, signed to another nigga.
Wow.
Because then I asked back to the question I really asked. It sounds irrelevant, but what's the value of a song? If we quit crossing the picket line, like, what if I said no? You're not doing that. Like no, like
If you said no, and a lot of people wanted to hear from you, and you funnel them to your own
come on
website,
now, come on.
the value of a song is what you make it.
That's my question.
Is what you make it. Just like how Nipsey Hussle sold an album for $100, that's what he felt the value of his work was. So now we get away from the slave mentality of taking like 15 cents on every 3,500 streams or whatever to like, I can sell a song for $10. I can sell a single for $10.99 or something if I wanted to, whatever the value I place on that song.
Well,
is
yeah,
what it
you
is.
can do that, but the way that Prince and them was getting away with it, they was adding the albums and the ticket sales to the shows. That's how they was doing it at a certain time to get rid of the streaming. They would get an album, it would count as an album
No
sale.
way.
And if we could just like, let's say I signed to Rock Nation Management, right? I'm managed by Rock Nation. And now I go to next year's 2024 Rock Nation brunch, right? And I'm talking to all these major artists. I'm trying to tell them like, look, man, if we all do it this way, whatever. And let's say it worked and everybody listened. Because when you look at it, it's like people don't create artists no more. They wait till you create
What you do,
a
and they
fan
put
base
you out.
for
Yeah.
yourself. Like you do all the groundwork, and you like collect this audience of maybe 300,000 or 400,000. You know, they call it, I guess your Twitter following and your
But KG, check
Instagram
this out.
following and your YouTube followers, whatever. You create this 300,000 people audience. Then they come get you. They didn't
Yeah,
like.
they don't build you from ground up no more. Look,
So we don't need the label.
but check this out.
on you.
You see what I'm saying? So we've been trying to do this for years.
My thing is they're not creating artists no more. There's no artist development. It's like we are creating ourselves. So why sign to a major label? Just continue to do it yourself. And you
Okay,
can
so
place
check
whatever
this-
value is on your work that you feel
Yeah.
it is.
But look, check this out. To be transparent, we doing this by ourselves right now. We pushing. But here's another lingering cloud over our head. Niggas don't support it unless you get stamped. Think about it. You can drop and you know the music that we doing, and we drop it. It's some great stuff. But people are like, oh, Did we talk about this last time? Oh,
Let's talk about the hidden shit about the industry. Once you sign to a label and then you put out something, are those hits even authentic? Because there are streaming farms that exist
yeah, and they've been getting called out for that.
that they use to like manipulate algorithms and stuff, and then
They
once
want to push
your stuff
whoever
get
it is.
pushed
Yeah.
to the top clicks of that day. Let's say it's YouTube, and then now it's on the front page. Now that's when all the real people see you because of those the streaming farm clicks.
It's
So
definitely payola in it. We know this. They told me it take
the game is
200.
rigged.
Yeah, it take 200,000 to break a record, but you got to do it twice. So that's $400,000 just to get in that. Oh, okay, we spinning your record over here, and they break down how these streams work. How not streams, but how the records are getting played to all these DJs. They say, hey, play this song at the same time at this time. And it's
see,
all across the world. No matter what time zone, it's playing at the same time.
Those streaming farms go for YouTube hits on your video. Those streaming farms go for Spotify clicks and stuff. Because if you get enough listeners on via Spotify, that's when they start to see you on the top or the front page or the top artist
Yeah,
page.
I get it. I get what you're
And
saying.
then that's when they start putting your stuff on like these big playlists that everybody's listening to. And then that's how you get the authentic ears. But it's like, it's really like,
But is that really authentic ears or those sheeple ears? I
it's
call
true.
it sheeple ears.
I mean, you,
game is
you ain't gonna
rigged.
be able to tell the way the format is with music. It's in this digital streaming format. You can't go to the record. You can't go to the store and have someone sign your album no more. That's dead.
Yeah, it is.
And the same artists are still alive who used to do it. That's sad. So it's like, what I mean, it's a
The labels got to get out the way.
Labels got to get out the way, man.
But
I've
the
been making music since 2006, and I can tell you it's very discouraging because you do all this groundwork, you put all your own money into it, you work really hard, and sometimes you get a few wins, but it's very, very hard to break through unless you cheat. Like, I refuse to hire a streaming farm to boost my plays, you know what I'm saying, to get authentic hits. I try to do it the organic way and get
Or
the
you
authentic
could go that
hits.
route. I sold my soul
just
to the
takes
devil.
longer.
I knew it was a crappy deal. But at least it came with a few
Tommy
toys like the
Buns.
Happy Meal.
Tommy Buns.
You could go that route.
Now
you
the
could do
authentic
that.
route is hard, man. Like I'm talking about like having people create flyers for events, create flyers for singles. You gotta pay to do that for the artwork. Then you gotta pay to have your stuff actually printed out. Then you gotta pick up the stuff, go to like events, pass it out hand to hand on your own. And then now even social media that hopped on it to where like now if 5,000 people follow you, when you make a tweet, 5,000 people don't see your tweet. Like only maybe 380 people.
The algorithms is this how I know
the
that.
algorithms manipulated. So now they give you a way where like they want you to pay for the people that already follow you to see it. You know what I'm saying? So you paying for that. You paying for like the actual authentic flyers. So now you got to pay to get like your stuff out online. You got to pay for the flyers. You got to get on the ground, pass it out. You know what I'm saying? Then the day of the show, you get up there, you rock the show, and it's like, let's say 300 people was in the jam. Maybe you might win over 20 people out of that 300. You know what I'm saying? It's just a slow process.
Think about this. The other night we were in the gym, right? I posted on my story doing the 120s, but I put hashtag gym work. I had 1,500 people look at that.
Uh-huh.
I post a song, 30 people only see it.
You see what I'm saying?
You see what I mean? Like, it's like, what?
But
what's
you
going-
got like, I don't even know, I'm just guessing. You got like an authentic 18,000 people that follow you.
Yeah.
When you post something, 18,000 people are supposed to see that. They follow you because they want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But the fact that they created it where you're not in their algorithm unless you pay is ridiculous. Why would I pay to have somebody that already follow me and that's interested in me see what I just posted? That's ridiculous.
It's a game. That's the
Man.
game. Meta.
It's a dirty game.
That's why, yeah, man. You like, I was talking to my boy Craig. Shout out Craig Smith. We were talking about like
Craig
bro,
facts.
you could spend 80,000. No, you could spend 8,000 on a video and shoot it and put it out. You ain't in the algorithms. You get 50 views. It's that some of that stuff be disheartening. You be like, man, come on, bro. I know my stuff is fire.
It is
But they
disheartening.
ain't pushing it. But you push something basic, or you at a club or something, they push the hell out of that.
But that's when you got to create your LLC. You got to get a business loan, and then you got to reinvest into your craft. It's hard to do, but it's possible,
I mean,
man.
or play the, play the dumb game. I look at social media and all this digital stuff like a space. It sucks that this is the space that we all gather as people and communicate and share songs, but it's a crappy place. But shit, we need to create our own space. We can know the true value of a song. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it's
100, yeah.
I think some of these songs are overpriced. Some of these songs are underpriced.
Oh, for sure.
That's why
Definitely.
I'm at this place. I've been disciplined enough not to release certain things, man. Like, especially since all these artists is dying, it's like I'm gonna release less music because I don't trust some of these niggas. Some of the best ones we losing, It's like the hell.
Think of this too. If they willing to give somebody $200 million for a catalog, how much is that catalog really worth?
You can't put a price on it. You cannot put a price
But
on
if
it.
they gonna give you $200 million for it, imagine what they gonna make off of it.
Exactly. It's an investment. Or they could just be paying for the control.
Nah, they gonna be licensing that shit to movies,
That's what I'm saying.
cartoons. People gonna be playing your stuff Fashion Week. Like it's gonna,
But
they're
here's
gonna make so much more than 200
but here,
million.
check
off
this
that.
out. Here's where they're missing. A lot of that shit ain't gonna last the test of time. When have you really seen a bona fide, hands down hit in the last 15 years that have lasted? You have think about it. Back That Ass Up is a classic song because that plays at certain clubs. But out of all these new niggas, give me one song that will stand niggas be listening to 20 years because it's all cookie cutter stuff. You ain't got the old Motown sounding songs no more, or the Whitney Houstons, or the. Think about it. Just think about it. How many of these songs in his actual? How many songs Drake got that's gonna last for 30 years from now?
He might have like a few in his catalog. Same
His
with
catalog he
Future.
do, yeah, but not.
Like
Future?
let's say Drake got 3,000 songs in his catalog. He might have a good 10 songs that
10
will last
songs, okay, I'll
test
give you
time.
that.
Same with Future. Let's say Future got 5,000 songs. He might have a good 7 songs that will stand the test of time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
21
low
Savage.
number.
He might have 2 songs or 1 song. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
you never know.
That's a lot.
that's a lot. Yeah,
That's about it though.
yeah, that's it, man. I can't think of nothing.
They're not making songs. People don't have that same passion, and not even passion. Like I'm here to argue. I'm an asshole. People just don't got the same talent, same chops. Like,
Oh, you ain't lying. That's
Look,
100%.
bros.
That's facts.
I've been in studio sessions with some of these cats, man. All due respect, but it's like the music knowledge is very low. The
And
music,
they not putting their heart
Slow.
and soul into their music.
At all. At all.
And the ones that are is like they don't. Like I said, the knowledge is just low, man. It's like I'm being respectful, but like you go into other genres, you see there's higher music knowledge, like rap, R&B, whatever these African American genres are. Like you go into other genres, man, the music knowledge is way higher. Like on some theory stuff. Like
Can we blame Guitar Center?
nah, it had nothing to do with that. It
No?
has something to do with education. It's all about knowledge. Like
They took the music out the schools in the
But
hood.
I'm thinking, yeah, that's true. But
They
I'm
took the
thinking
music.
as far as like, it's too accessible now. It's too
Yeah,
easy to create a beat or to like.
they made the music. They made the songwriter like a Joe Schmo type of thing. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it's like people don't know how to read music. They don't understand singing in key
But
or nothing
here's the
like
thing.
that. But they have the equipment to do it. You know
but
what I mean?
the industry made it like that.
It was a time where you weren't stepping foot in a studio unless
Exactly.
you were talented.
That's what I'm saying.
15
The-
people
know what
heard
I'm
you
saying?
sing.
Yeah,
Like,
the
that-
industry.
that-
look,
yeah.
listen.
People didn't have reel to reels like that.
But look, the
That's
industry made it that way
accessible.
because they started investing in that bullshit, right? But when you come and you dedicate your time to the craft and you learn things, that's why you could be so further ahead. But they're paying for the bullshit to be out. That's the difference. They're putting millions of dollars into bullshit. So now any cookie cutter artist, they're gonna come, oh, we'll push a hot song, get a few $100 million off you, and then put it back.
Any old Joe Smo could go to Guitar Center, buy a mic, buy a what's that? A mixer, go buy interface and a computer, and you know what I mean? Like anybody could just buy like the kit and just make music from home and not know what the hell they doing, but they can like create from home. And it's like,
well, I blame the artist too, the major artist. Let's be transparent. Lil Wayne, he got lazy. Niggas stop doing real music.
Well, yeah, the create from home. Yeah, the create from home part is not the issue. It's that it's created from home. You don't. No one's there or around to tell you, hey, that's actually not hot or not right,
Right.
or not cool, or not. You know what I'm saying? Or not. You know, or that is hot. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the advantage of the label for some artists. Like you need a label. You need to go. Someone to tell you, don't sing that. Like,
But they're not doing
and
that.
they should. Yeah, but they're not doing that.
Because when Lil Young Thug could come out, or Future got that one song, skippy dip boop, dippity dip. If I came out with that shit, they'd say I'm trash, bro. 100%. But it's because of the facade and the presentation of it.
I just feel like
he's owned, he got the money behind him, and that's why that bullshit is able to pass through. I'm telling you, that's
I feel
what
like
it is.
you shouldn't have access to this equipment unless you know what you're doing.
But it was always around. Equipment always been around. And that's why bullshit wasn't getting picked up back then, because you had people that took music with integrity and stuff. The Berry Gordy's, the real label heads that was like, no, this shit is not getting picked up. We want real music.
Back then, you had to be like, you grew up in the church singing and stuff. Like you had to really know how to sing.
You had to be seasoned
before you got in the front of a mic and created a song, and then they put it out to the world. Now anybody could just make a song in 15 minutes and upload it to the web, and now it's out to the world.
Because of the social media is great, but it has its bad part too. That's the one thing.
It's drugs, not actual drugs. It's the concept of drugs. Music is taking on the concept that drugs is taking on. I was like, take this, we could stretch this, we can stretch that, and then stretch this, and stretch this, and stretch. Hey, how long are you gonna stretch
on the music?
This time are you gonna stretch four times?
It's not potent.
You know,
no more.
it's like
it's diluted.
Damn, I like that analogy.
It's drugs, bro.
That's why I'm saying, man, like it's not having the equipment, because when you have that equipment, you go tap into the knowledge.
Look, my uncle gave me. He was a old school quote music producer before there was even music producers back in like the 80s. He left in like 93, whatever. He gave me a bunch of equipment, whatever, and moved out to the East Coast. I didn't know how to use it. I literally like put it together like incorrectly, plugged it into like recorders, was recording on tape to tape. I still made music on it using it incorrectly. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Still made music on it. Figured out how to make music on it, made better music on it. You know, so it's like, that's all I'm like, yeah, everybody should have some, I mean, not everybody, get the equipment, but some of these people don't know what they're doing, and they should not put out. They should just do it as a hobby. Don't distribute this. Don't go get signed.
But it's a game. They took music.
It's a hobby for you. You know.
Remember how you said artists are more advanced? Like I'm going back to, they took music out to school, bro.
They sure did.
You don't learn the fundamentals. They don't want you to learn that. They want to keep niggas ignorant. That's what it is. And then when you do something that they know. It's people sitting in these big offices right now that see what we post, like, oh, that's hot, but I ain't gonna push it. It's too real. And people will, like, for example, we always talk about how people will look at ignorant shit and be really intrigued by it, but some positive shit, they'll keep strolling by. Think about the game. The game is messed up. It be all these bullshit ass songs out that ain't talking about shit. No message in it. But you expect me to listen to this and think I'm going to learn something? No, I want to hear some real music. That's going to make me feel.
I'ma buy you a drink. I'm in love with a stripper.
Now, look, T-Pain.
At least we get harmony from him, man. We get some nice harmony.
T-Pain is extremely talented.
Yeah.
I like T-Pain, but like,
nice
if you look at the substance of some of them songs, like, come on, man.
No. So, baby.
Oh, Throat Baby.
Come on, man. Stop. Hey,
T-Pain's a good example.
You niggas that's pushing this, I'm mad at y'all.
Percocets.
No.
Molly Percocet.
Okay,
Percocet.
I can't talk about
Molly
Future.
Percocet. Like, come on, man. That nigga don't even pop. He don't pop pills,
Don't.
and he telling you to pop pills.
We
Like,
keep
come
going
on,
back
man.
to what's the real agenda? What is the real agenda in the music industry or industries? Period. What is the real agenda?
Drugs.
Drug.
Which means anything that's currently like people are selling or taking, let's push that and more of that. It's like, and right now, like that's what
People don't know. They'll
So-
say,
so do you
"Oh, the
think we
beat
gon-
is." They'll say, "Oh, the beat is good." It's like
Do you think we gonna get a fentanyl song?
it's already in the works.
nah.
But people will say, "Oh, the beat is dope." I'm like, "Nigga, I can make that same beat."
We got-
oh yeah, but you ain't out there yet, huh?
we got Cocaine Bear, a movie called Cocaine Bear. How blatant is that?
Trash.
It don't matter how trash it is. How blatant is that?
Cocaine Bear gotta get out the way. Man.
Cocaine
That's
Bear gotta
crazy.
get out the way.
Hey, I'm waiting on the
Pusha
new
T got a
fentanyl
song on that. A fentanyl song gotta come. I mean, who's gonna be a fentanyl rapper?
Oh, you know Pusha T really about to go in. He
Future.
been talking about
Future gonna
wait,
be a fentanyl song,
but Pusha T been talking about cocaine for the last 20 years, bro.
or Uzi, Lil Uzi come out with a fentanyl
Pusha
song.
T ain't never stopped talking about cocaine. That's all he talks
Yeah,
about.
that's all he talking about.
He talks about cocaine better than any person in the world.
Like, man, like you would think the subject matter would need to change, but he be on it.
No, but
By the way, his last album was hard too.
no, Pusha T.
Oh, I didn't listen to it.
Look, if cocaine was a sport like NBA, Pusha T's
He the
face
Jordan
be the
logo.
logo. Not because he's the best. Not the Jordan, but like the NBA, like West, because the way he talk is like he didn't. No one he originated even talking about it this way. Like Pusha T talks about cocaine.
Yeah, you think he up there with Frank Lucas and them, all of that. Like, come on, man.
I mean, artistically he is when it comes to the coke.
But I'm saying, think about that. Why are you talking about coke so much? Is that what?
That's the point I'm getting to right there. Exactly.
Come on, man.
Why he never stopped?
Well,
He got
his claim is he grew up in Virginia around it and selling it and doing it. But what is the real reason though?
Okay, so let
Is
me
the
say
label
this.
is a label like
Yes.
All I
you
said
know,
is he talking
Look,
about it.
his
better
album.
than
Look,
anybody else.
let's break down this right. That album where he had "If You Know, You Know," that song on there. where
That
the
shit was
cover-
hard as hell.
No, but where the cover. But think about it. Hold on, wait.
hey, the way he did it. If you know, you know.
On that album, he had Whitney Houston's picture of her bathroom. That
Right.
she think about the message
That she
that
OD'd
these niggas-
in.
Pusha T ain't did when Grinding came out.
And that
that's
was
when
Kanye's idea.
Yes.
By the way, they bought that picture for like
85,000.
Yes.
So look, think about this. The nigga ain't been pushing coke probably since Grinding came out. That was 2003. That's
Hey.
20 years ago.
But
gotta
if
do
you
what works,
know,
though.
you know.
But if you know, you know. I was like, oh.
the day that Pusha T stopped talking about coke is the day nobody gonna buy that album.
Come on now.
That's what they expect from him.
That's crazy.
It's
to me.
almost dry.
is.
It's almost
Y'all don't understand how crazy that is. To
nah.
me.
But honestly, I'm not. I mean, I should be. He has a brother.
Malice.
You don't
And
talk
now
about.
it's
Who
no
don't
malice.
talk about coke no more.
No malice. He found
So-
God and he changed his life.
Man, I mean, all I say is he don't talk about coke no more. You know, but, no, he did. But you know, I want to.
Yeah, he did. Patty cake. I'm the baker's man.
You
I
don't
push
talk
the
about
weight
coke
fast
no
as
more.
I can. Yeah.
You don't do that no more though.
They gotta get out the way.
That's funny, man.
I'm just saying. man.
What happened to that boy? And they like clapping on the mic. And
They
shit.
invented the.
Come on, man.
They low key the godfathers of all these. What we call fake niggas.
No, these new niggas. These
Pharrell,
new niggas.
Pharrell was pushing that shit, man. Pharrell's been pushing that coke rap forever, and now he's the head of Louis Vuitton or something like that, right? The creative director of
all
Louis
drugs.
Vuitton.
They always give
That's
niggas
wild.
them positions in these companies that really don't fuck with niggas, but they'll say, "Oh, let me just put him up there." Remember,
took, Virgil's
a few
spot.
years ago, Jaden Smith was the fashion designer of women's clothing for Louis Vuitton. So come on, man. When he was wearing dresses and stuff, they do this shit on
That
purpose.
nigga's still wearing skirts.
Oh, and let's get into the last topic. NAACP Awards. Gabrielle Union and D Wade standing on the stage, and D Wade comes up to the thing and says, "Zaya Wade, you know, you're living in what you're really supposed to be, a woman." I thought, bro, to be honest, the way it looked like a joke to me. And Gabrielle was like, "Let's fight for all our people." How do y'all feel about that?
When have you ever seen the NAACP award? They created an award for somebody because he has a gay son. What? Like, we giving out awards for that now? Like, you support your gay son?
But see, here's the thing. If people can live their lives the way they live it, right? But my thing is, why is everybody pushing this sex change stuff so rapidly?
How about, why was D Wade so low tone and docile and submissive, and then when she got on the mic, when Gabrielle got on the mic, it was powerful, it was strong, it was like she wore the pants in the relationship.
Oh, she definitely does.
Like, just by the way, like, you see like how she spoke and how he spoke, it was
She definitely wears that.
polar opposites. It was crazy.
It's a new era, man. We talk about it all the time.
I just can't believe they gave these people an award, man.
And then Brittany Griner gets up there and says, "Yeah, I would like to say," I'm like, whoa, who the fuck is that? Like, come on, man. But look, this is what grandparents and stuff was talking about. But hey,
NAACP got to get out the way.
Yeah. I mean,
NAACP is trash.
but see, here's the thing.
It ain't even ran by black people, man.
But see, here's the thing. People.
That's a fake black entity.
But see, people, you got to realize, like, they're going to take something and just keep pushing the way they want to push it, right? They're going to take whatever it is, whatever's hot. Caitlyn Jenner set this up when a nigga changed into the woman and won Woman of the Year. Y'all remember that?
yeah.
This is what started all of this. So now
That's
you seeing the
wild.
domino effect of all of this stuff happening. But we've been saying it's coming. But why don't they just let, you know what, man? It's so
the
deep
agenda
to get
is
into.
wild, man. The agenda is wild because it's like, okay, let's say the kid is gay. We all like coming up as shorties, you know what I mean? We all used to see like a dude that wanted to play with the girls instead of the boys, or he wanted to jump rope with them, and we over here playing marbles or something. Like, we doing boy shit and he was doing female shit. He was dancing with them and playing hopscotch and shit while we was playing tag and football on the street. We all know that dude. Mm-hmm. So if Zaya, if that's her name, Zaya Wade wants to be gay and act like a girl, that's fine. But why we gotta televise it?
That's
why
what I'm
is it
saying.
on
Why does it
TV?
get so much press?
Why is it on social media? Why is she getting an award for doing this? Like,
Well, they want, see.
I'm not against gay people. If he want to be gay, let him be gay. That's his
what I'm
business.
saying. If you want to be gay, let it be. Look,
That's
I'ma
his
say this.
business.
If you want to, however you want to live your life, that's on between you and God. We're not here to judge you. But our thing is, why are you trying to brainwash the kids of thinking, oh, well, I can get an award if I turn into a woman?
Yeah, why is this
Yeah.
being televised? If Dwayne Wade want to support his gay son, power to him. There's nothing wrong with that. But why do we have to see this on TV?
Because it's a part of what they want to push.
I can't really speak too much on this because I get canceled from the internet. But 'cause my viewpoints on this will get, they're not wrong. They just can be canceled because they're like this. They come from this corner. Why are we concerned about anybody in this fashion? This is absolutely an invasion of privacy. And to be like concerned about what a person even considers themselves like, or now you're a woman, or now you're a man today. It's like, I don't care what you are. Like, I'm not married to you. I am not sleeping with you. You are also not my kid. And it's like, just like what you said, like, why is like, this person, if we put them back on their level, this person just living out their life being what they want to be. And they feel like they want to be a woman. That's fine. Like, I feel like I want to be a man. I'm not getting awards for that.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like,
Exactly.
I don't
I'm
get
living
up
my
on the
life.
mic and be like, hey, I fuck bitches. And then like everybody start cheering.
I need an award for that. Well, I should get an award for no, I'm playing. But, yeah. But I don't get an award for that shit, for being straight as I am. I'm not even asking for one. All I'm asking for is like, if you want to change your sex, cool. Why do you need a woman of the year? You actually weren't. Like, I don't
Exactly.
give a damn.
That's weird.
And if you want me to call a woman, that's cool. I don't care. I don't care. Like, that's not a big deal. I don't give a damn. Don't put it in my face like you said. Like, what is the... Or put everybody else's stuff in your face. Like, hey, I'm over here. I'm straight as hell. Like, I'm doing this, you know?
Hey, Gabrielle Union got to get out the way. Because she championing that shit. She's like
How did we not see that
loud
coming
and proud
with her?
about it.
How did
Yeah,
I see that coming?
Look, here's another thing.
I thought she was an angel, bro.
Everybody
know.
likes to.
Nah, that was a big crush. Gab,
I was
Yeah,
so much in
Gabrielle,
love with her. I'm about to get so
Bad
much trouble
Boys
saying
2,
that.
Gabrielle, and I mean, Bring It On, all of that. But look,
bring it on.
check it out.
Yeah.
Look, check this out.
Oh man, bring it on.
I was watching how much niggas was trying to jump on press when Brittany Griner came back home. You had all these, like Chris Tucker get on the thing and goes, "Welcome home, Brittany."
Shut up, people.
Like,
Welcome
why y'all
home.
niggas trying to get press off of this,
Shut up
man?
with
Like,
that.
like this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so many women nowadays that be like, "Yeah, I have a wife." You be like, "Oh, man."
What happened to Candace Parker? Candace Parker had a whole dude, had a baby, and now she got a wife.
What? I don't
How
keep
does
up
that
with.
happen?
I don't keep up with her. What is she? What?
Yeah, she had a baby with this player that was on Duke, and then he made it
Yeah,
to the NBA.
yeah.
His name was Sheldon
I remember that.
something.
Williams or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That nigga was ugly. Big ass head. Nigga looked like one of the aliens. But anyway, how did she go from that to having a whole wife now?
I didn't know she had a wife now.
Yeah, man. This
That's
shit
Parker's
is
another
wild.
crush I got.
But championing it,
But
though.
I'm saying, like, you know how this era is now. It's like, come on, man. Like, you know how they doing it.
See, I don't. Yeah, that's weird.
Once again, man, I don't got nothing against gay people. Y'all can live your life how you want. It's none of my business what you do. I just feel like, why we got to know about what you do in the bed?
Why is it my business?
Yeah, why am I seeing this? Why do I have to know this?
Yeah.
No one knows who I'm sleeping with. Like,
Yeah, NAACP don't give me an award for fucking bitches. Like, what?
But see, y'all gotta understand, it's all game. It's their game, and they making the rule.
my kid literally this week beat up a bully at school. He's 4 years old. There's another bully going around bullying other kids. He won't bully my kid because he won't. He was like, I'm gonna go in and do something about this. Right? That's what he naturally wants to do. He's not getting an award for that. Matter of fact, he's getting punished. You know, it's like this stuff is weird. Like, we're just giving out awards for I call it random things. Now, I'm not gonna put in the category of, you know, somebody being this or that. It's just a random thing to me. Like, okay, you're whatever wants to be a daughter or a son, whatever. Why is this in my face?
You don't hear Magic Johnson's son getting no award, right?
EJ.
He don't get no award. He just Magic just like he living what he is. Magic didn't stand up and say my son is gonna be a cross dresser
Magic ain't get no
cross
award.
dresser.
and I'm gonna push it.
Yeah,
Magic
baby.
and Magic just let him be what he is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, baby. But I'm saying Magic ain't. It's just what it is.
Magic been
you know
very
what I'm saying?
supportive of EJ. EJ been embarrassing Magic for years. EJ been all in the camera with dresses on and purses and
And the nigga just as
Makeup.
tall as Magic. He probably could have been starting for the Lakers right now.
and Magic been supportive for years. Magic ain't get no award.
But Magic is not on the pipeline pushing it like D Wade. Like, remember that podcast? Was it on I Am Athlete or The Pivot? One of them. But when he said, "Oh, he just wearing heels," I did that, and they edited to where they was like, "Wait,
He
what?"
did say that. Yeah, he said he's put on his mom's heels or something.
Yeah, so
Magic.
I wouldn't be surprised if D Wade came out between now and like within the next 5 years.
Not at all. I wouldn't be surprised at all, man.
nah, you can't.
One of the best shooting guards in NBA history.
Yeah, he's nice. He was
But
nice.
D
Well-
Wade got to get out the way.
Well, he said get out the way.
He got to.
Well, I'm being messy, whatever. Well, before D Wade come out, it'd be 40 niggas before him. I mean, if he's gay, I mean, there's a lot of other NBA niggas that did come
Oh,
out.
it's
Oh, yeah.
definitely a lot.
If that's the case, 'cause,
It was a gay nigga on my favorite team, the Raiders. He's not on there no more, but
Football full of.
he was a linebacker. What was his name?
I can't remember the name.
It was a white boy. His name was let's see.
But look, like I say, man, live your life the way y'all want to live
Yeah, I
it.
don't even care.
But you don't have to be, because we don't get awards for being black. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. We don't get an award for being black. We got all kind of struggles.
Dang, his name was Carl Nassib. Carl
But-
Nassib. He was actually really good too. I think he made it to the Pro Bowl.
Well, look, shout out to him, man. Live your life the way y'all
They
want
in
to
the
live.
locker room now.
Live your life in the way I want to live it,
That
man.
shit
That's
crazy.
been the episode of On a Mission. What is your mission?
Mission.
I'm on a mission to bring the music back and make it fairly. That's my mission. Just do people right.
Word.
Hey, man, y'all know where to find it. JAliMusic.com. Make sure you get your merch. You know, I got the white gem shirt on. Appreciate KG sporting the black and white, the original jam
Yeah,
logo
yeah,
right
yeah.
there, Jali Music. You know, JAliMusic.com. Get all your merch there. You know, follow me on everything. And love the feedback y'all been giving about the podcast. But don't just watch the Instagram clip. Watch the whole podcast, man. Y'all be quoting the stuff I post.
Not only just watch it, but like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. All that helps, man.
Well, man,
Don't be
tell them.
selfish.
And I appreciate y'all for real, man. This episode will be out. This is episode 8. You know, we going strong. So just be on the lookout. Thank you for the feedback. Tell them where to find you, KG.
All right. Zule on everything, on all social media, but on Instagram, they took my page because I be posting crazy stories. So Zule, the number 2. So that's ZOOLAY, the number 2. And then check out the website, zulemusic.com. You can download Still Living Proof for free on there. Or you could go to all the DSPs we was talking about earlier and just stream the album Undeniable on there. So Zule on everything, ZOOLAY.
Go ahead, GX. Tell them where to find you.
You can find me. No, but, GX Music, all spelled regular. GX Music, all platforms everywhere. On my Instagram, click the link there. You get all the rest of the information you need to know. And all for the streaming platforms. I'm a music producer to the core, so you know I produce a lot of stuff for other people. But yeah, GX Music everywhere I'm at. Yeah, Gmail everywhere.
Got some talented people in the building, man. But look, we gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace out. On a mission.
All right.
Peace. Move.
On a mission, yeah. You can hate, but I